that's it for the classic series, although not quite it for the Seventh Doctor. I'll see him again briefly tomorrow. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. Well, after about a year and a quarter, I am finally done with the classic series. And this is where things start to get complicated, but I'll start getting there tomorrow. Today I'm here to talk about Survival, the last story aired of the classic series. And overall, I'd say it's a better story than you might think. It's actually a good plot that's hampered by egregious creature designs, which arguably could be said of much of the classic series. But in this case, the fact that they went with full head furry cheetah faces for the cheetah people really hampers the story, and it's not what the writer intended. The story would have been much better served by using a lighter makeup touch. I mean, heck, they were clever enough to use the poster for Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Cats in one scene. They genuinely could have used that style of makeup, and here I'm referring to the actual stage production and not the egregious film version. I mean, no. I mean, there were several points where it showed the Master and other characters in sort of mid-transformation with the cat's eyes and some fangs. And for the actual cheetah people, they could have done that plussed up a little bit with some facial appliances, a little extra hair, some makeup, and it would have been much more effective. Especially because there's a key relationship in the story between Ace and one of the cheetah people, Kara. And in the casting process, the actress who played Kara, who incidentally went on to play Bernice Summerfield in Audio Adventures with the Seventh Doctor later, but that's a whole other story. In any case, in their screen tests, they were phenomenal together because of the facial expressions. And that poor actress, whose name I'm forgetting right at the moment, so I'll put it here, she was severely hampered by the full-face cheetah mask. It would have been so much more effective, and the connection between Kara and Ace would have been so much stronger if we could have seen the facial expressions instead of just a frozen, furry face cheetah person. But all that being said, it's actually, as I said, a decent story. And I think the nicest thing about it is at the very end, where a few weeks before airing, John Nathan Turner got wind that the show was going to go into hiatus again for an unknown period of time. Even he had no idea that it was going to be effectively 16 years. But he knew it was probably going to be a while, and so he was able to add the infamous voiceover of the Seventh Doctor rallying Ace onto their next adventure. And it's a great ending voiceover, and manages to leave the classic series on a perfect button. And so with that, I am finally completely done with the classic series, which means tomorrow I do the Eighth Doctor's TV movie, and then the day after that I have Richard E. Grant's turn as the Ninth Doctor in the animated Scream of the Shalka, and then I get on to the modern series. As I might have mentioned before, my intention is to watch through the modern era in air date order, which means I'll be weaving in between the main series and Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood, and Class, all in air date order, as opposed to the last time I watched it through, where I watched each series on its own. And I'm really excited to get into it. And I'm particularly excited to be revisiting Christopher Eccleston in just a few days. So anyway, as the Doctor mentioned, somewhere tea is being made, so I've got to get onto that, and I will see you tomorrow.